Get your shirts off. I will take your shirts off. Take your shirts off. Take your shirts off.
Fuck it. We'll do this because it's Saints Row. Maybe it'll be funny.
Shawty when you party with me, we going way back, scoring the 3. I say hands up, I'm good in the VIP.
You called this shit. Pimps, what did I say? What did I say?
Oh my god, this is just the beginning. It's already cringe.
Don't remember? Take a peek. When your studio collapses, make sure you take this franchise into the grave with you so I don't have to come back and do this shit again. That's what I said. The other day, for whatever reason, I was looking at GameStop's website when I came across Saints Row with a 3.8 rating and a GI must-play recommendation. Nah. GI, go home and play Saints Row 2. Sit down. Looks like I have to re-educate some motherfuckers. This Saints Row reboot is just the way I left it, despite all your patches, all your DLC, and all your company collapsing. It's still a steaming pile of dog shit, and it doesn't matter how much content you add or remove. This game didn't need patches, it needed a goddamn exorcism. This is the Devil's Cartel of the Saints Row franchise, where they took every last bit of soul and they fucking sucked it out, all while they were saying, we're not backing down from this. That's right, you didn't back down. You fucking fell down a flight of stairs and broke your neck at the bottom, bitch. So now let's dive deep into this wonderful trove of DLC, and I've already beaten it. If you thought that the Forspoken DLC was short but devastating, then consider this the
Nobody
Nagasaki
played it.
Squeakquel. The DLC starts with me placing all my backup saves into my Saints Row directory because they forgot to put all the save files in a place where they wouldn't get fucking toasted upon uninstalling. Then I followed that up by checking if one of the 200 improvements that they went very hard on included me being able to kill the clerk as I could in the first 4 games. The answer being, hell no, you can't even knock this motherfucker over. He's invincible, but you can kill your frames. Now, all joking matters aside, the Hemorrhoid and Hemorrhage DLC actually came.
So this is what viewers of me, they think this guy's really funny, I guess. Nick Spence, thanks to $2. This guy lost me at, I was browsing GameStop. Yeah, that in itself may have been it was under 10 layers of irony that he was on the GameStop website. I swear people want me to watch this guy just so that I can react and not laugh. And the sad thing is like, again, I don't have a problem with any of his opinions, but also I don't think he's ever given a radical opinion. At least I've only seen 4 of his videos, so maybe you guys could recommend me one where he gives a real opinion, but real opinions get you hate. So of course nobody wants to give those. I'm one of the only people on the internet left who gives real opinions, and people hate me. The thing is, this is something I've learned, is that morons really don't know what they want. It's true. I mean, it's kind of a stereotype, kind of like a cliche saying that you might hear like a villain say or some shit in a cartoon, but just the whole like, you know, the customer doesn't know what he wants, the customer isn't right, or, you know, the players don't know what they want, blah, blah, blah. They don't. They fucking don't. Because I've heard people say a bunch of times something to the effect of, man, I wish that guy would give like a real opinion, or, you know, be honest, blah, blah, blah. My channel is what it looks like when somebody's honest, and you wonder why nobody's honest. Is it really a mystery? It shouldn't be. But no, people cope and they seethe. They're like, no, he just hates everything. Blah, blah, blah. No. People want to be sold the lie. They want the lie. But they get bored of the lie eventually because it's boring content. And then they ask for something, and then if they're given it, then they dislike bomb the video because they're fucking idiots. You're a bit too honest, Synth. The normies can't handle any remotely based opinions. Well, yeah, I mean, about like, you know, JQ shit, I don't expect normies to swallow that. But I'm talking about before I got political. Like, if I show you my like-dislike ratios of my older videos before I got political, they were still bad. I didn't have to bring up leftists one time for me to get like a significant amount of backlash. Just my opinions alone did. Remember when Sonic 06 released and people were disgusted over the kiss scene between Sonic and Elise and called it bestiality? And now with Baldur's Gate 3, gay bear sex is okay. Oh yeah, and the leftist narrative is, oh look, now the right-wingers are being Puritans, they're hypocrites, they make fun of, you know, leftists for censoring women in all the games, and now they want to censor... Oh, you're kidding? Okay, I'm just saying... I need to watch the rest of this cringe video, because all of you need to see. There will be plenty of video. Just remember, there is crossover between my audience and this guy, because I've seen comments on my videos, not just the streams, and on some other channels of people recommending this guy. So just remember that.
Kicks off by sending you on a run-of-the-mill shoot fest at the gun range, where you get to see the significant changes they made to the combat, like how the AI underwent a significant second lobotomy that keeps them from being able to do anything remotely threatening, or AIs that significantly fuck off in the background while you do your 20-second takedowns.
What are you doing?
Me?
Well, if they didn't do that, then you would die
Or
during the takedown.
cooldown timers
of
for your
how long
takedowns
they are.
instead of being unlimited, or the significant lack of any cover system, or the significant lack of meat shielding, or the significant reliance on the skill wheel to provide any variety in absence of mechanics that we've had in gaming for over a decade. Overwhelming, I know. Which is why the developers decided to give you a little break from all the significant action in the next mission, where you don't get to fire a single weapon. No, instead they take a third of their DLC, which is a whopping 10 minutes, to do a trailing and picture-taking mission. Well, I guess you get to do a little stealth, but here's what that looks like.
Can't let them see you either. 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 Can't let them see you either.
Now that's some real Mission Impossible shit right there. By a proper big budget full trailer. I think I'm gonna go see it again. So let's speedrun the rest of this shit, shall we?
Stop.
Shit, I do that for free. And now, after all that setup, no, you didn't miss anything. I explained all the missions. Yes, we're about 15 minutes in. It's time for the big heist, the big finale. But unfortunately, of course, this is the Saints Row reboot. There is no big heist nor any big budget. Instead, it includes 15 minutes of this game's fantastic This DLC was 25 minutes, and yet it shaved 1 year off my lifespan. If it was any more generic, the FTC would make them put the Great Value sticker on it. But with that being said, my favorite part of this cut content is where they forced everybody in the crew to talk like regular human beings, likely because the developers cut content out of the cut content to ensure no one said anything cringeworthy. Don't think it's possible? They already did it, pimp! They Tiananmen squared the shit out of all these lines already, so that the
Additionally, we looked at some of the voice lines and made some changes in First Fucking Day, Morning Commute, Making Rent, The Great Train Robbery, Going Overboard, and Severance Package to give you a better idea of the characters and story elements.
that the average buyer would never know of this game's pure cringe. Now they're
So they edited out the cringe.
I'm in line for nachos right now. I really wanted those nachos. Damn nachos. That should do it.
Thank God
How
it's
about those nachos?
fuck. Anyways, the next DLC is Professor Genki's super ethical reality climax, except worse in every fucking way possible. You know why Professor Genki's super ethical reality climax works and this doesn't? Because in order to have a good horde shooter game mode, your shooting has to be good in the first fucking place, and in the Saints Row reboot's case, it's far from it. I'll put it this way, the trailer for Professor Genki's super ethical reality climax is more fun than this entire DLC. And of course, that one Saints Row 2 trailer clears all of it. And on one more note, I saw in the description that they said that they were adding new districts in these DLCs, and at first I thought they were lying, kinda like how they lied about adding new enemies. But as it would turn out, they weren't. It just looks like every other piss-filtered part of Albuquerque fucking New Mexico, so I never realized I was in it. In conclusion, this DLC is so bland it should be served in school lunches. Post Michelle Obama. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
That's an alright joke.
Hang on, this third DLC is gonna be a LARPing DLC? Oh, hell no. I'm not coming back to this dump. I ain't into that furry bullshit.
Why do gay Zoomers want you to watch this? They think it's funny. I will show them how not funny it is. It's like, it's hard to describe why it's not funny. Well, I know Zoomer editing just isn't funny, period, and I feel like your brain is completely fried and like fucked 3 ways sideways if you find that shit funny. The Zoomer editing, there's no way to describe, like, it hurts my head to even try and figure out why they laugh. But it's like, because conceptually it's very similar to YouTube poops, but if you completely fuck the delivery and you fuck the sound effects, you made the sound effects purposely unfunny. That's basically what it is. It's YouTube poops if you really shitty YouTube poops is what Zoomer editing is. I feel like, I don't know, it's hard, I don't know, I really, this is just, the popularity of this channel just shows like, I don't know, where we're at. I feel like the funny thing too is, almost every time I've heard Fleekazoid recommended, it's because he's supposed to be like not a shill, right? And I think that's a fair point. I haven't seen him shill anything, but I don't like, there's a difference between not being a shill and having a real opinion, you know what I mean? Like, I've never seen him shit on something that is arguably good. I've basically, half my channel is just telling you that thing that you're sucking off because you have dog shit taste is not that good.
Holy fucking base.
And that's actually interesting. That's actually, like, if you told me 10 years ago there was a channel like mine, which there were channels vaguely like mine 10 years ago, because I based my channel off of those fucking channels. Fucking Spoonie, his channel's over 15 years old. His most popular videos were shitting on games people loved, like Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 10, you know, that kind of shit. And that was completely acceptable back then. Now, this is the edgy channel of 2023. Forspoken's bad, guys. Saints Row is bad, guys. Oh man, how entertaining. How interesting. I feel like I'm shitting on this guy for no reason, because I have nothing against him. I have nothing against, to be clear, I have nothing against Fleekazoid, other than this is just not funny at all. But I do have a problem with the people in my chat who think this shit's funny. I have a problem with all of you. If you throw jokes at a rapid fire pace with no time to breathe at all, it makes a video very hard to watch. Yeah, but Zoomers love that shit. But I agree with you, yes. Since the videos are so short, the problem is people will say this is a good thing, but he crams so much into such a short amount of time that I feel like I've already forgotten the video after I saw it. Like, I couldn't tell you almost any details about the video I just saw, and I just saw it. But I guess that's, Zoomers do like extremely digestible short content, you know? Just look at TikTok or the YouTube shorts. Just because you criticize doesn't make it hate. I know, I have to clarify that though. I don't hate most of the games I review. Like, honestly, I probably had more positive modern game reviews this year than any other year of this channel. Didn't you shit on Zoomers for liking boring stuff just now? I wouldn't call it boring. I wouldn't say any one of these videos is boring. It's more like painful. There's definitely a difference between boring and painful. No, if anything, Zoomers are too far on the opposite end, where something has to be extremely stimulating. I have bad ADHD, and this type of stimulation shit that they engage with, it genuinely makes me worry for humanity. Like, it actually, I already pretty much have no faith in humanity left anyway, but you get the point. When I was talking about video essays, well, I don't like video essays either. Well, video essays are kind of like, I think it's contrarian Zoomers who don't want to be like the other Zoomers and want to be smart. You know, like EFAP's audience. Basically EFAP's audience, where it's like a bunch of midwit, contrarian, loser Zoomers want to be seen as smart. So they watch those. Plus you have the millennials. The millennial, like, Redditor types who think they're smart but are also midwits. Those are basically the audiences for video essays. They're fucking boring. So that's my theory. A porn theory. Fuck it, let's just fucking watch another Fleek video. This is the third chance I'm giving Fleekazoid to make me laugh. The third one. 3 strikes you out, buddy. I should have just clicked. I saw it, but I wasn't fast enough.
This has been the greatest year ever in gaming. 2005? Resident Evil 4? Don't be silly, boy. Resident Evil 4 just came out this year. Think of all the horse armor we've bought, the games we've watched, the bears we've made passionate sweet love to, the jawlines we've sharpened. She chews her food all the way. I thought it couldn't get any better than Saints Row's triumphant character designs, but the industry keeps maturing. Gollum. And don't think that this is all coming out now because I'm a newly minted member of the global elite. I would never think a silly checkmark makes me superior to the filth. I mean, wonderful non-verified critics out there, but with that being said, I have a check mark. Things are different now. For a second there, my social credit score dropped because Cobblepot started giving out check marks to all the peasants. Don't worry about how I got mine. But now I'm back on top, and here are my picks in this year's Triumph Awards that prove this year has been the greatest year ever in gaming. Let's start with the best ongoing game. You know gaming's never been better when we are handing billion-dollar companies awards for fixing their fuck-ups, and that's why this award is going to Final Fantasy XIV. Triumphant job, Big Yosh. Next up, best multiplayer game. Now this really comes down to 2 choices. Baldur's Gate 3, because I guess you can tag team the bear, that's news to me. And Diablo 4, obviously for the local co-op features between you and your bank account. And if we're being honest, let's just stop the count right there. You guys know how much I love Diablo 4. I mean, it's Street Fighter 6 wins. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Following that, best art direction. Although I found Bait and Switch's visuals to be very triumphant, you need to understand the meticulous art direction of Link and Zelda's Wacky Adventures 2 and really the overall art philosophy of how can we get this to run at 15 shaky frames on our Japanese toaster. Clear win for Alan Wake 2. The metaphysical fondling of the gigapixels really toyed with the ticklish supernatural thematic themes, and as critics, we just love to see that. And as for the voice acting category, we don't even need to talk about it. We all already know that Megan Fox is mopping up here. Take a listen to what greatness sounds like. And that's enough of that. Thanks, honey. You did a great job. Now, best narrative, though? I mean, so many games this year have given me the honor of experiencing, absorbing, reflecting, and appreciating their triumphant themes over actually playing a video game. Shut up! I don't want to hear about playing the video game. This award show is critics first, fans if we have time. Let the grown-ups decide this one, okay, buddy? Peep the mark. Remember that. But above all, there's obviously one game that ranks most triumphant above the rest of them. A game that took a stunning and brave direction to put one name on the cover and force you to play as someone else for a large portion of the rest of the game. The finesse to
excuse me, he's Spider-Man 2, racist. Excuse me? They even call him Spider-Man, and they put a little black and red little head emoji thing when he talks, so you know.
Hours on end with nonsense narrative that keeps you desperately away from action as much as humanly possible, and that game is Alan Wake 2. The supernatural hippo Fat Albert thing thoughts brought us a story we never even knew could happen in a video game. Next, games for impact. I haven't played any of these, so I'm gonna place my vote on
who would?
Armored Core 6. I think their alternative idea to erase the carbon footprint of billions of people through global annihilation was the type of impactful and brave thinking this industry needs. Then there's best audio effects, which I mean is Gollum. Easy. Before Gollum, nobody thought to just not include any sound effects at all. Speaking of which, most anticipated upcoming game. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned participation trophy? With that being said, Infinite Wealth. The minigames look surprisingly packed with ample amounts of content while teaching important lessons on business and finance. It's the first STEM game we've seen from AAA gaming. If Jack the Bitcher was still here, God, he would have loved this game. Which leads us to best indie game. I'm glad Pizza Tower didn't make the cut. Don't even think about bitching to me in the comments. Remember, checkmark. Us critics hate games with gameplay, which is why we will also be giving this award to Alan Wake. The character, not the game.
Here, hold on. I didn't even see...
Checkmark. Us critics
I didn't even see what the best indie selection was. Let me see. Cocoon, Dave the Diver, yeah, fat gay one, of course. Dredge, Sea of Stars is the only one here. I think I heard of this and then never played it. Viewfinder, yeah. So these two are the only two I think. I saw this on Steam's homepage, and these two are the only two I actually fucking, like, have seen anywhere before. Never heard of this. Never heard of this. Fat gay shit. This is like a puzzle thing. And this is probably, you know, pretentious slopperino. Even though a lot of people say it's really good. I don't trust anybody. I don't fucking care.
Giving this award to Alan Wake. The character, not the game. He's an indie writer who knows how to tear down perceived perceptions and replace them with homonyms. Raw talent from the indie scene. Speaking of no gameplay though, time for best adaptation. I am shocked and appalled that 2% Witcher, 98% triumphant broads yapping didn't even get a nomination.
I honestly forgot that they're even... Fucking hell. I guess I do remember there being Gran Turismo. Was it a movie or a show? I don't even fucking know. And yeah, this, I heard that didn't have like gay sex or something. With his sweet tooth rape a guy or something. There was something absurd I heard about it and I'm like, oh god. No, I don't even... Stay away. I just couldn't bear to watch Super Mario movie because I already knew it would be basically everything I heard it was, and I'm like, that's not what I want. Actually, to be fair, I didn't want a Mario movie, period. But, you know.
But in the lapse of them not being here, the second best is obviously Super Mario Brothers. Many people will say The Last of Us, but you're not tricking me, pal. That movie already came out in 2013, you silly Billy. Besides, you try turning this...
You sure you don't want to watch the TV show version?
You know, it's not like Super Mario Brothers did that either, but it's a very colorful movie, and we like pretty colors. Now, do we have any Amazon Games employees here in the crowd tonight? Tremendous! 180 of you fuck off. You're fired. Now for the next category, action and adventure. Now when you think of action, what do you think of? Now, I'll answer it for you. Walking. For 90% of the game's runtime, and who does action better
not
than
suspicious
Alan
at
Wake 2?
all.
Check this out.
At all that this got nominated for so many categories. Not weird. Not weird. Gee, would you? Is it just? It's just that good, guys. It's because it's just that good. It's just that good. It has nothing to do with anything else, and nothing.
Walking, yeah? And now it is time for the big Game of the Year award. Let's talk nominees. First, you have the 2005 Game of the Year coming back. Double dipping, going for that second Game of the Year.
He's really playing this. Everyone gets on me. Everyone gets on me. At least I don't put this shit in my videos anymore.
Double dipping, going.
I mean, I remember when that was fucking making the rounds. This guy is definitely on 4chan. Absolutely, because I mean, it could maybe be from Twitter, but I'll tell you where I saw this. It wasn't. Not that I even use Twitter, but you get the point. There's only 2 places it was circulating. Reddit probably was not, because Reddit hates anything that appeals to the male gaze. Though the architects may have taken it a little too far this time. But the edit where it's like an explosion, like she comes out the window and then just fucking kills Leon in an explosion, that did make me laugh. That did. That would actually, if he put that in this video, it'd be funnier than any of the jokes he told, even though I've already seen it.
Second Game of the Year award. You have Alan Wake 2 that opens up by letting you play as a right mank waking up after a starry moody of football action.
Cringe, cringe, cringe.
Side effect.
All right, mods. Time out everyone who laughed at any joke that I didn't even smirk at. And good luck. Good luck. That's your homework for right now. Go ahead. Go fast. Go fast. Time out everyone who was laughing. Come on, do it. Anyone who admits they laughed, anyone who does laughing emojis, time them out. They're done. Wasn't funny. He had 3 okay jokes in this one. The problem is, if it's like this, right? You know the saying, throwing your shit at the wall to see what sticks. But really, like, if this is a game of darts, he missed like 30 darts. Oh, 2 of them got like, 1 point. Oh, 2 points. Oh, shit. No, like, Zoomer humor is shit. The editing is spastic. There's no delivery. It's, and it's subversion. I get, like, it's irony and it doesn't matter. But honestly, I think you should do the opposite. Because, like, the whole Zoomer non-committal irony shit, like, post-irony, 3 levels of irony, like, nothing actually matters. No, that's lame and pathetic. If he actually, like, buckled down and was like, yeah, Starfield is the best game, and you have fucking shit taste if you think otherwise, and then doubled down on the checkmark thing, but no, it was all ironic. That's not funny. That's not funny. I feel like I'm gonna force all of you to listen to the 1-hour video that Natural Hypertrophy does about what's wrong with Zoomers. He's 100% correct on every point he makes, and it's this absurdism, the absurdism that their lives are surrounded by insanity, and so their only way to cope with it is to take nothing seriously. I go the opposite. Everything is serious all the time, except, you know, when it's not, right? The whole point is I'm basically ripping off of Sam Hyde, right? More or less, except I'm way less irony, way more serious. But the point is, I basically just do Sam Hyde's thing, which in my opinion is much funnier than this post-irony bullshit. You know, like, it reminds me of the iDubbbz documentary where he tried to argue that Sam Hyde was doing this post-meta irony garbage. That's not what's happening. You just are too autistic to read between the lines. You can't prove that he's like some kind of alt-right, you know, whatever, psycho, anything. But he's talked about his real beliefs multiple times before. He's obviously right-wing on something, whatever. I don't even know why I'm going into this. My point is, I agree with Fleekazoid on pretty much everything that, you know, maybe I have minor disagreements on certain things, but honestly, I think his opinions are perfectly fine. I wouldn't necessarily call him based, because I don't think he said anything nearly absurd, as I have said many times, but he's not funny. We keep saying it. I know humor's subjective, but he's not funny. I'm just gonna say. I don't know. I don't know why you guys keep making me watch this shit. It's not. I'm not forcing, like, not laughing. I just don't think it's funny. Like, I don't like super humor. Give him a like. I'll give him a like. Good job, bro. Good job. Says the Zoomer. I bet you're younger than me, Fungi. I guarantee it. Yeah, super sterile humor. Don't want to commit or go too far. Just irony. Exactly. I'm a filthy Zoom. I know, Griffin. I know. It's okay. Listen, we can't choose when we were born, but what we can choose... No, you can't really choose your taste either. I'm lying. Listen. I'm not even that old, dude. I'm borderline. I'm 100% borderline. That's why people keep calling me a Zoomer. Because 28, like 1995... is basically right on the border between millennial and Zoomer. And so they pretentiously sometimes call it Z-lennial. And it basically just means I don't really relate to either one, because millennials are low-T cucks, and then Zoomers are like soulless golems. And it's like, which one do I side with? Neither one, because they're both bad. And it's not like I'm like, oh, I was born in the wrong generation. Yeah, if we're talking like 5 generations ago, maybe. I don't relate to Gen X or baby boomers either. So I'm just saying, you know, it's all in good fun, really. Synth is handling this well. Like I handle all things. What about Gen X, though? Listen, my parents were Gen X, and I have issues with my parents, as I've gone into, so... don't expect me to defend them. And Kylie, thanks for $5. That was like a video a coworker or friend would force you to watch while they held their phone to your face and get mad when you don't laugh. We've all had that moment. I've shown people things they didn't laugh at before, so I'm not gonna pretend. You know, it happens to everybody probably. FBI, thanks for $2. What were the 3 funny jokes? I don't remember. I already forgot. That's the problem. When you throw 30 jokes, I've already forgotten the video. It's already out of my mind. Why do you think I don't really treat YouTube content all that seriously? Because it is disposable. It was so disposable, it's already out of my head. And the problem is, he puts a lot of work into his editing, obviously. I mean, that's something you could say with confidence. But it's too much. It's an overload. I feel like one of these days, he needs to just add Subway Surfers to the bottom, and then... maybe just slowly add more and more screens. Have like 8 screens going at the same time. And then that'll be the Gen Alpha, sensory videos. Okay, there we go. Now chat can enjoy... you know, our setup was too boring. Yeah. So I added Subway servers. You can't complain anymore.